Hi Siddharth, how are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm good, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry to have made you wait,
No,
but
sir.
what happens is that your medium of language for the interview is Hindi or English?
English,
Okay,
English, sir.
okay, good, good. So what happens is that when I've been coaching since the evening,
Yes, sir.
so everyone kind of overshoots a little bit.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm sorry you have to wait a little more, and my apologies. Very quickly, we'll go through it. First of all, sit down. I hope you're sitting down.
Yes, sir.
Sit down, relax, and chill. I am not doing a mock interview, and this is purely to coach you on how to be able to celebrate 30 minutes of your time that you have been given by the UPSC to go and sit inside. Number one. Now you're wearing glasses, but in your DAF, I see you're not wearing glasses.
Yes, sir.
Is this an addition or deletion or what I mean?
Sir, I got my glasses afterwards, actually.
Good, bye. Okay, good, perfect. So let's first let me congratulate you for where you have arrived, which is down to 2,600 from 7 lakh odd that wrote the prelims to 14,624 who wrote the mains. You're
Yes,
down
sir.
to, I think it's good, very good. Congratulations, very well done.
Thank you,
But
sir.
let's also understand that 2,600, only 1,100 will be, and balance of about almost 1,600 odd will have to go home. Not just go home, start all over again. I mean, which is a very tortuous process.
Yes, sir.
That is one. Number two is please understand the importance of every mark. That every mark counts. And towards the end, Siddharth, on every mark there are 10 students, 8 to 10 students. So if you get 160 or you get 200, it makes a lot of difference in the personality test. So, and having said that, the time you have to start your preparation. I'm sure you will start your preparation, but after this coaching again, whatever one-to-one, you have to have your date come.
No, sir, not yet.
Good, congratulations. That's good. Why? Because I say this is because the preparation that you will need for the interview is many times more than the mains. Now, in the mains, for instance, curriculum is known, the subject that you have decided is also known, and what are the questions which have been asked in the last 10 years are also known. It's all available. In an interview, nothing is available. What they will ask, from what period they will ask, what sort of mind, where the mind will go, it could be anywhere and everywhere. So what is really significant is that what are the trigger points from which questions can emanate? And we'll get into that. And how do you tackle those questions? First, for the third you are going to is not a question answer time. Please get that very clear in your head that it's not a Q&A time. It's a time for meaningful conversation. And in that meaningful conversation, the questions, or what I call them conversational triggers, could come from any point. I mean, it could be a question, it could be a comment. You're asked to, talk about it. It could be a quotation from a book, and you can be asked to elaborate on that. So it could be about some major national calamity that has taken place, and you are asked to talk about it. So I call them conversational triggers. It could be anything. And since your subject for the option was geography,
Yes,
so
sir.
then the world is also not a stage. In fact, more than the world becomes a stage.
Sure, sir.
Geography means सभी आ गया ना, पूरा हिंदुस्तान आ गया, पूरा भूगोल आ गया, और पूरा विश्व आ गया, सभी कुछ आ गया, और बाहर भी चले जाएंगे.
जी, sir.
You really have to prepare a lot, and you have to prepare it very systematically. Written answers. So first thing, I told you it's not a Q&A. It's a test of your personality, and your personality is being The civil service, the personality of a civil servant is a sum total of his emotional intelligence, physical and spiritual personality. So, are you emotionally okay? Do you, personality wise, are you? I mean, do you look confident? Do you speak confident? That's the physical aspect. Do you have the intelligence and you have a good knowledge about all the things that is happening around you? And you have the intelligence to be able to cull out what is significant, what is not significant. You're able to maintain your emotional and spiritual balance in case of a issue comes, secularism or something. Are you able to maintain that? All those things put together is equal to the personality of a civil servant. And in that personality of a civil servant, also you have to reveal that you have an inclusive attitude, you have a matured and outlook, you are simple and humble, you are not flashy and trying to show that you are rich. All those things, humility is a very large part of the civil services makeup. And all these things you have to reveal through the spoken word by the conversation that you will have for 30 minutes. I have it in me. I have it in me. That's very important. Now, the first thing that they will obviously look at you is that your picture is there in the DAF, and now also is thankfully like the DAF. So, which is good because I know of children who add 5 to 10 kilos.
Yes, sir.
Because they have just succeeded in the prelims and the mains, they put on 5-10 kilos. खुश हो जाते हैं, खूब खाने पीने लग जाते हैं. So I mean, honestly, I'm not joking, Siddharth. I tell them first go and lose weight and then come to me. So I don't coach people who are, who are put on weight. पहले weight कम करो फिर आओ. So try and look exactly as much like the DAP picture because that's the image that they have. So they may even ask you that, in the DAP there is no, you're not wearing glasses, but now you're wearing glasses. So if you want to wear the glasses, it's fine. But otherwise, if you want to wear contact lenses also so that you look like the DAP picture, also is fine. Both are okay. I mean, I leave it entirely to you, whichever you are more comfortable with. But that's, if you go with glasses, then it's a talking point. If you have a good answer, absolutely nothing wrong. So just go as you are. Now, 2-3 things, there can be no compromise. One is the integrity of knowledge. Number 2 is respect. Number 3 is honesty. These 3 things can never be compromised. So you have to remain respectful and honest throughout those 30 minutes. Now, how do you remain respectful? So let's start with the physicality. When you walk in, what are you planning to wear?
So I'll be wearing a suit.
Yeah, obviously, I mean.
Gray colored suit is there.
Good. What's the color of the shirt?
It's a white.
Not necessarily. You could wear some other color also.
Okay, sir.
Be a little different. Everybody wears blue and white, gray and white. You could wear something a little different also. You are from Lucknow. You
Yes,
could even wear a nice, very sophisticated shirt, or maybe you could wear a tie which is made out of chicken work, chicken curry. Be proud of where you're from.
Sure.
So, gray and white, black and white, blue and white is standard. What's your height?
Sir, 5'10".
5'10" means if you wear striped shirts, like I'm wearing a squares, checks, if you wear a striped shirt, it makes you look taller.
Okay.
So if you can go to, the Raymond showroom on Hazratganj or whatever, since I'm also from Lucknow.
Okay, sir.
It is, if you go there and select a nice shirt for yourself, off-white with blue stripes or something like that, it will go well with your gray colored suit. Obviously, black belt and black shoes, and a good, and I will do. But if it can be with some, you can go to Alvasia market or to that Janpa and find if somebody is having a tie, good colored, good dark, could be dark gray, could be any color. But अगर उसकी tie मिल जाती तो it could be a talking point. What I'm saying is that you have to create conversation points. A conversation point can also be through your dress. to say that Siddharth, you're wearing a very unusual and very different tie. What about it? You can say, sir, I'm proud of this. Is a tie which has been made by the chicken curry people of Lucknow, and I'm wearing it to show my solidarity with my city, which is where I'm from, Lucknow. Or I'm wearing it to support the weavers who are, making this chicken curry work, and that's why I'm wearing it today. Now, you have also planted a conversational earthworm, and I'll tell you why I'm calling it conversational earthworm. Because by saying that I'm wearing it to support the weavers who are making this chicken curry work, the next question could be, what are the problems of the weavers of chicken curry work that you want to support? So study that also. So two things, make a note in capital letters. Every word in my DAF has the capacity to become a conversational trigger. Every word in the DAF has the capacity to become a conversational trigger, number one. Every word of my conversation has also the capacity to become a conversational trigger. So you must put certain words, in your conversation, which you should hope that they will catch, and which will take the conversation from one level to another level to another level. But all the time, because since you have planted those catchwords, or what I call them conversational earthworms, conversation is moving along the line in which you want. It's on your familiar ground. It's on your trajectory. That is the art of conversation. So to go back to what I told you first, this is the wear a nice perfume. Wear a nice perfume, you smell good. Obviously, you'll be clean shaven today, you're not. But make sure that your dress is appropriate to the time. Now, abhi suppose February mein end mein aa gaya ya March mein aa gaya, so then it will be still quite cold. But if it is April, May, June, then make sure that you are appropriately dressed and you're not feeling hot and uncomfortable. So that's something that you have to decide once the date is known to you. 2-3 things are happening the moment. So the first impression that they get of you is what I call the focal impression, 3x3. 3 meters first, 3 feet later. You get in, they see you 3 meters. They see a 5'10", wearing striped shirt, therefore looking taller, looking like 5'11". Good, smart dress, smart belt, smart shining shoes, smelling good, comes and sits down in the chair. Practice that walk. It has to be a walk of a confident, determined, and absolutely sure about himself civil servant. At the same time, respectful. Now, another important aspect that happens, which I'm sure you will be told about, must have been told about it. The moment you enter the room, your eye contact is established. Your eye contact shall remain 100% of the time with the panel, from the time you enter till the time you leave. So you'll greet them, and in terms of good morning, sirs, good morning, ma'am, no need to wish them individually. You just have to greet them, good morning, and you will come and sit down. Now, when you're sitting down, you'll realize that the structure of the. Have you been to an interview before? Let me see your DAF.
Yes, sir. Last year I was.
एक सेकंड में देखता हूँ यार जैसे इसमें there Siddharth one. So from which the chairman will have, the others may not have. It's very clear that you are also from Varanasi. तो वाराणसी में भी सवाल आ सकते हैं.
Yes, sir.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर का कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी है, क्या है, सब आ सकते हैं. फिर आपकी फादर जो है वो सर्विस में थे. He was a manager bank operations. So obviously then, since you mentioned government service, public sector, you have to be prepared for the fact that you should be able to talk about public sector, privatization of public sector, what are the various important public sector undertakings which have already been privatized, which are in the pipeline. Do you support privatization of public sector? इस पे काफी कुछ पढ़ाई लिखाई करिएगा, and you have to give very well reasoned and very well informed answers. Your mother's profession was in government service public sector. Your mother is bank operations, and your father was
सर्विस सेक्टर सर, मार्केटिंग में है मैं।
मैनेजर थे। स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक आपने कर दी, मैनेजर बदले आपने मेंजर लिख दिया है।
आई ऑब्जर्व लेटर, that's an
You observed it later. I observed it in the first time.
issue. Yes, sir.
So somebody might say that, be prepared for the fact that they might say that there is a spelling mistake.
Yes, sir.
Now, the meaning of your name, why did your, parents name you Siddharth? You start from there. So as I said, DAF points में जो मैंने आपको बताया कि A, the meaning of your name, why did your parents call you Siddharth? Are you, it's named after Gautam Buddha. So भाई क्यों सिद्धार्थ क्यों रखा? What was the reason? Whatever. You have to prepare. Are you aware of other people about the same name? Then your date of birth. Who are the other people, important people born on that date? What is that date celebrated as? If it is a date which is celebrated as anything. Then your mark sheets are, it's okay. You studied St. John's School, then Sunbeam School, St. John's School. Okay. Then IIT BHU Varanasi में आपने mechanical engineering किया है. So again, all these things you need to be very thorough, right? At least the foundation of your school, when was it started? Who started the school? And what is the motto of the school? Because for all you know, somebody else may be sitting there who's from the same school. इस point of view से कह रहा हूँ. So you have to, basically, Saurabh, you have to develop that inquisitive mind. That inquisitive mind of a civil servant, which, like Kalam Saab said, that, it's not about, if you call it dreams, or it could be unfinished tasks. He said dreams are not what you get when you sleep at night. Dreams are that which do not allow you to sleep at night. So it's unfinished task. कि भाई ये DAV अगर मैं सेंट जॉन स्कूल में था तो उसका मोटो क्या था यार? किसने बनाया? Are there any alumni famous? चलो पता करें. So it's that desire to have knowledge about anything and everything that otherwise does not allow you to sleep at night. So that's the reason. So having said that, now, as I said, you come and sit down. So wear your personality. So what you are wearing is not just a suit. You are wearing your confidence, you are wearing a smile, and you are wearing Saurabh Srivastava. These three things also you are wearing beside the suit. और फिर आप वॉक करके आएंगे और आप आराम से बैठिएगा क्योंकि आपको आधे घंटे उस कुर्सी में बैठना है. So you sit down make sure that the back of the chair and the back of your spine are aligned with each other and you are comfortable. But after having sat down, then move a little in front. You sit down, आराम से आके आप यूं करके बैठे और फिर आपने हल्का सा अपने आप को आगे. अच्छा, कोर्ट का भी ये फंडा है, वो सब मतलब इतना प्रैक्टिस्ड होता है ना कि लोगों को हंसी आती है कि वो कोर्ट बंद करके आते हैं, फिर रास्ते में उसको खोलते हैं, बैठने से पहले खोलते हैं. बंद करना है तो बंद ही रखो, खुला है तो खुला रखो यार. मतलब these things really make very little difference as far as the board is concerned, because the panel has seen it all यार.
Yes, sir.
तो ये जो आपसे प्रैक्टिस कराते हैं लोग, ठीक है, मतलब कर लो तो कर लो, नहीं करो तो कोई बात नहीं, बट it should look respectful. Whatever you do should respectful. So shining shoes is a sign of respect. कि मतलब मैं गंदे जूते पहन कर नहीं आ गया, दाढ़ी बना के आया हूँ, अच्छा बनना चाहता हूँ, because I want to look respectful and good in front of you. So that's what you have to project. After having sat down, and the eye contact aspect, which I've already told you, which you've already established, which you will maintain 100% with the entire panel. And when whoever is giving you the conversational trigger, you have to maintain 100% eye contact with them. And in your conversation, you will maintain 70 to 75% eye contact. Gave you the conversational trigger. And just 25 to 30% of the time, you look into the eyes of the other members of the panel. This is to very clearly establish the fact that it's not a sequence of dialogues. कि भाई एक इनके संग डायलॉग हो गया, फिर एक इनके संग डायलॉग हो गया, फिर एक इनके संग डायलॉग हो गया. ये नहीं है. It's a conversation. So the conversational trigger will obviously come from one. But my conversation is with all of you all the time. Of course, by eye contact will be distributed depending on who asked the question. तो अगर सामने से आया तो पहले वाले तरफ देख के बाकियों की तरफ देखना पड़ेगा. अगर इधर से आया तो ज्यादा बात इनसे करके बाकियों की तरफ भी एक दो दफे देखना पड़ेगा. This you have to practice, Saurabh, by Siddharth, by sitting in front of the mirror.
Yes, sir.
You have to, Siddharth, sit in front of the mirror and keep a camera behind you and record the mirror reflection.
Okay,
And
sir.
then see the mirror reflection. वो कहता है आईना झूठ नहीं बोलता. हीरो है तो हीरो, जीरो है तो जीरो. तो वो बता देगा कि भाई देखो सिद्धार्थ, यहाँ पे तुम यहाँ ऊपर देखने लग गए थे, यहाँ पे इधर देखने लग गए थे, यहाँ पे ये करने लग गए थे, यहाँ पे सर खुजाने लग गए थे. It will tell you. It will tell you, and you will have to try and eliminate all those things which will take the attention away of the panel from your words. That's the whole objective. They should be focused only on your words, because it's on the basis of those pearls of wisdom that will come out from your mouth that you will get your marks. They should not switch away from that. They should not switch off from that. अब आप बैठ गए, अब because now the vocal relationship starts. From the focal it shifts to the vocal. Vocal में सबसे बड़ी चीजें जो है वो एक तो वही है कि the tone, the tenor, the speed and the volume at which you speak. Tone is the way you speak with respect. ऐसा ना लगे कि बदतमीजी से बात कर रहे हो, बहुत respectfully. Tenor is the whether you speak with a high shrill voice or you speak with a slightly bass voice. एक की बिल्कुल high, एक होता है थोड़ा सा. The more bass the voice, the more it's considered that the person is certain of himself, he's confident, he's determined, and he's like established. कहते ना वो जम के बात करता है, उसमें ठहराव है. That is again reflected by the tone and the tenor of your voice. So the tenor of your voice. Number 3 obviously is the speed. So speak at a speed which is just good, not too fast, not too slow. If you speak too slowly, then again people tend to switch off and feel bored. If you speak too fast, they'll have to ask you questions. Can you repeat yourself? I'm sorry, I missed the point. And the last, of course, is volume. Make sure you speak at the right volume and which is easily heard by everyone. It doesn't look like shouting also. It should not be so soft that they have to ask you, excuse me, Siddharth, can you please repeat yourself? So that these 4 things you have to practice. Now, any doubts up to this point?
No, sir. Thank you.
Now, once the conversation starts, let me tell you, the first 5 to 7 minutes of the conversation determine at least 50%, 50 to 60% of the number of you get. The panel prioritizes all the candidates. Okay, yes, this is like the first 5 minutes. This is 140 below. So this is 140 to 180. And this is 180 and 200 plus. Now make sure the first 5 minutes conversation invariably is on your DAF. The first page. Where are you from? What about this? What about? These are the questions that they ask. Sometimes something very different may happen, but 9 out of 10, the chair people have been, or the chairpersons have been told that your responsibility in the first 2-3 minutes is to make the candidate comfortable. Lucky in great comfort and with great confidence, then we are able to have the conversation with him for the next 20-25 minutes. And after that, what are your hobbies, etc. Thank you, bye-bye. So in the process of this making you comfortable, they will invariably ask, so please research your DAF word for word, write down at least 5 to 10 minutes of written material on each of these points, and then bring it down to a 2 to 3 minutes of written material. And within that 2-3 written material, you must have those keywords and the important points, so that if you use those keywords, they know that in those 3 minutes of conversation itself, they know that he knows 10 minutes. That typically that means, you have to write in 250 words to 300 words. But in the 250 words, 3,300 words, you are clearly able to reflect through points and through keywords and through strategic points that you make, that Siddharth is writing in 300 words, but he knows more than 30,000 words on this subject. The same thing you have to do for your conversation. So it has to be written and written. Now, those 3 minutes you have, like you mugged up for mains.
Yes, sir.
Only difference is in mains, I don't know how many questions, because here you have to prepare everything and anything on current affairs. You have to prepare on DAF, you have to prepare on what will be from the 3 minutes, what will be some of the keywords that will come out. And on those keywords, what are the possible questions that can be formed? On those things also you have to write.
Sure, sir.
So now we are down to, as I said, the importance of the DAF, the importance of the first 5-6 minutes you're writing, and your tone tenor. Now your conversation starts. Now in the conversation starts, 2-3 things are very important. One is the importance of silencing your body, mind, and soul. Silent and listen have the same alphabets. SILENT, LISTEN. Because उनमें बड़ा घोर वो है, मतलब जोड़ है. और वो जोड़ ये है कि जब तक आप अपने मन, तन और आत्मा को शांत नहीं करेंगे, आपको ठीक से सुना ही नहीं देगा कि वो साला कॉन्वर्सेशन ट्रिगर है क्या. You have to silence your body, mind, and soul to be able to listen to the entire conversational trigger. And remember, I'm telling you, and not repeat, not just listen to the question in the conversation trigger. The challenge with a lot of children I have faced is that their minds are only attuned to listening to the question. So when they only listen to the question, they give the answer. So the entire personality test becomes a series of question and answers, which is what I'm telling you, you should not do. You should have a conversation.
Sure, sir.
So practice that. How do I listen to the entire conversation trigger? We'll do a quick this thing all. Every conversational trigger is over. Please maintain what golden silence. A golden silence is a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your mind, which you will not obviously count over there, but you would have practiced. Now, this is to do 2 things. One, to ensure that the conversational trigger is over. And it was not just a pause and you are coming in between, you're jumping in between. मतलब conversation trigger हो गया खत्म और उसके बाद आपने उत्तर देना शुरू किया. That is one. And number 2, in that time of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are doing what I consider the most critical functioning of a conversation, which is called think and shrink. Think and shrink is from the 10 minutes of data that you had, you have prepared a 3 minutes of conversational written material. Now, depending on the question which you have been silent and listened, you will then pull out of those 3, the first capsule of 90 seconds that you will talk. The first capsule of 90 seconds that you will talk. And in those 90 seconds of capsule, you will ensure that you will introduce all those keywords which you have written in the 3 minutes. So having listened to you for 90 seconds, they will not only know that you know 3 minutes, they will also know that you know 10 minutes. Right? So the most important aspect of this, Siddharth, is you should not only know when to start, but you should know when to stop. That can only happen if that material written is there with you and you are thinking, you go back to that material, you think about it in the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you shrink it. This is my first capsule of 90 seconds. This is where I will start and this is where I will stop. And you stop at a point when the suspense is strong that they are forced to ask the point which you made in the end. Can you elaborate on that? Then you bring the second capsule, which is 60 seconds. So 180 seconds to 200 seconds of written material, you will present in 2 capsules of about, as I said, 80 to 90 seconds first and about 45 to 50 seconds second time. Now, I told you about the conversational earthworms. Conversational earthworms are those words that you will plant in your conversation, मछली पकड़े हो? गोमती नदी के पास में रहते हो?
नहीं सर।
तो मछली जब पकड़ते हैं तो केंचुआ डालते हैं ना उसमें।
जी सर।
मछली पकड़ते हैं तो जो डगन में एंड में कांटे में एक केंचुआ
हम्म।
डालते हैं। तो केंचुए का काम क्या है, वो जाके वहां पे हिलता रहता है यूं करके पानी में।
जी सर।
तो मछली उसको देखती है, पकड़ने आ जाती है। जब मछली उसको पकड़ती है तो मछली पकड़ी जाती है कि खुद पकड़ी जाती है? मछली को लगता है मैंने केंचुए को पकड़ लिया, बट एक्चुअली मछली पकड़ी जाती है। You have to put those earthworms so that panel becomes the fish and you catch it. Now that is will come with practice. So conversational earthworms are words which are of immense significance, but which you will drop, but you will not explain till you are asked to explain. For instance, let's take the tie. Which I mean, I'm just, since I mentioned the tie, suppose you're wearing a tie of luck now. And this you can say that, where is this tie? It's very unique kind of tie. No, I've never seen a candidate wear this kind of a tie. You can say this comes, it's made by very unique hands. And it's from the city where I come, from Lucknow. And this has been made by an organization called Seva, which I would like to support. What is Seva and why would you like to support it? Now you understand the conversational trigger. एक तो ये हुआ कि which is made by Seva, which stands for Self-Employed Women's Association, and I would like to support it because these are very poor women who have been deprived in society. अब बोलते जा रहे हैं, बोलते जा रहे हैं, बोलते जा रहे हैं. एक ही होता है कि भाई आपने रोक दिया. फिर उन्होंने कहा कि भाई can you tell us what is this Seva and why would you like to support it? You can say Seva movement was started by so and so. Now Seva also you have to research, that means. The Seva movement was started by so and so, and it was the objective was so and so. And today they need to support a lot of people, especially in terms of technology. And I want to support them because for the following reasons. 1, 2, 3. दो तीन reasons करके छोड़ दिया. फिर conversation trigger खत्म हो गया, अगले question पे चले गए. Now you see the difference between a sharp, crisp answer and a boring answer. Though all of it, what you're saying is correct. The Seva, which stands for so and so, so and so, and which was started by so and so, so and so, and it is serving the needs of the poor people, and they need our support. Now, all this could be part of your first conversation trigger also.
Yes sir.
But you don't do it. You leave the suspense and then wait for them to answer, and then you give the second. अब आपके समझ में आ गया? What is so? I've told you about think and shrink. I've told you about silent listen. I've told you about golden silence. I've told you the importance of the first 5 minutes. Any doubts, any questions up to this point?
No sir, thank you.
Otherwise, we'll go through your DAF now.
Sure sir.
So, Siddharth, let me tell you honestly, your DAF is good, and let me have a look at it. So, as I said, परिजत अपार्टमेंट विक्रांत खंड गोमती नगर के बारे में कुछ आ सकता है तो बताना, लखनऊ पे आ सकता है. Now you have in your email ID already put sid@iit.ias@gmail.com. How sure are you that you'll become an IAS?
Sir, this has been one of the guiding lights throughout my life, and
Okay.
I'm quite.
Now this is a polite question.
Yes, sir.
The impolite question could be, Siddharth, I see that you already used IAS in your Gmail. You have not even become a IAS officer. How dare you use IAS? Prepare the answer. Prepare a nice, humble, respectful answer. But it could be a trigger point which could be there in your thing. So
Yes, sir. I actually, sir, after putting this as an email ID, I realized that I shouldn't have done that. But then,
it's okay. No apologies. No
yes,
apologies. No apologies. You can say it's an inspirational point, as you mentioned. It's right. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Sure, sir.
But again, Siddharth, you come out very slow, and after I put it, sir, then I realized that I should not have put it. I mean, you come out like I'm very slow, lethargic, not interested in what the hell am I here doing and who the hell are you people? Why am I talking to you?
Okay, sir.
Well, I'll be very brutal with you, boss, क्योंकि तुम मेरे शहर के हो, मैं चाहता हूँ कि तुम आओ सिलेक्ट हो,
जी सर.
तो आपको अच्छी तरह से रगड़ूंगा मैं. तो प्लीज स्पीक लाइक दैट. I'll give you an example. That's right, sir. I put IS email ID. It's like a thing you use every day. It's like, you put something on the refrigerator, reminding you every day that this is what you have to become. So I've already done part of it. The IIT part of it is already over. The second half is what I seek to achieve. And I think today will be the day when I will be able to achieve it because of this. And so it's a constant reminder. As you said, it's a constant reminder that I should aim for this and I should make sure that sid.iit also it becomes sid.iit.ias. कॉन्फिडेंस से बोलो और धड़ल्ले से बोलो यार.
ठीक है सर.
वो प्रैक्टिस करो. तुम्हारा तो ऐसे लगता है कि जैसे मतलब अपॉलॉजी कर रहे हैं, सर गलती हो गई, माफ कर दो, आईएएस लगा लिया. क्यों भाई? You can say 2/3 of the email ID has already been completed, sir. SID is already over, IIT is already over. The aspirational part is IAS, the third part. And I make sure that it becomes sid.iit.ias. And that's why I'm, जो भी बोलना चाहो उसको लिखो, लिखित आंसर प्रिपेयर करो और उतने कॉन्फिडेंस से बोलो और बिल्कुल बेस आवाज में बोलो. तुम बड़ा हंस हंस के मतलब बोल रहे हो. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देयर नथिंग टू लाफ. इट्स अ वेरी सीरियस कॉन्वर्सेशन.
Sure, sir.
Not like, "Nahi, sir, I was thinking, No, why? Please change your style. Change your style. They are looking at people who are absolutely certain, confident, determined, and brave and effective, functional people is what they're looking at. They're not looking at, chalo, by the way, lahe lahe kahin ghumte firte aa gaye. So please practice that. As I said, the tone, tenor, volume is okay, but your speed is too slow. I'll tell you why. Because if you have a good speed, I mean, my speed I think is okay. You are able to understand every word, and I'm speaking faster than you are. Because
Yes, sir.
you have 25 minutes, boss, and you have 9 and 20 seconds, or maybe 70 seconds and 60 seconds, or 70 seconds and 45 seconds. The more number of words you can pack into that, the more you'll be able to reflect the fact that, yes, I have the glory of the service in me. Select me. If you don't select me, it will be a loss for the IAS. So pack in more words, speak a little faster, more crisp, more pat, practice. Practice that, sit in front of the mirror. We'll do another session. You have a lot of data. So that's the way I'm talking about. So we'll go back to your DAF and to see what could be the trigger points. As I said, email could be a trigger point. Then Varanasi is there. So Varanasi would definitely could be a point. And please prepare some really good answers from Varanasi. I'll give you the example of a girl who was from Varanasi who got fairly good marks, probably was amongst the top in the interview in the year 2017, I think, 16, 17, about 6, 7 years back. She's from Varanasi. So she came into the room and obviously Miss so-and-so, 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 I don't want to take the name, so-and-so, so-and-so, we see you're from Varanasi. Tell us your reasons why you like Varanasi. Or tell us your reasons for why Varanasi is so special for you. She said, sir, Varanasi is very special for me because it is the constituency of the Prai. Prai tak pahunche, haath utha diya. We all know it is the constituency of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. We all know that the Ganga flows through the city. We all know that it has got several ghats. All those things we know. You tell us, we asked you. So now she didn't listen. Question was, why is Varanasi special to you? She said, we asked you, Varanasi special. She says, let me think for a little while and I'll answer. She is sure. Thought. So now I'll tell you, sir. Varanasi is special to me because it's the only city which has the Banarsi Pan. It's the only city where cooked tobacco and processed tobacco and raw tobacco is blended into this thing, kachi patti and pakki patti. And obviously, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan has made it famous by saying "Kha ke pan Banaras wala." Number two, it is my favorite city because as a woman, any woman would like at least one Banarsi sari in her wardrobe if she has even a few saris, because the way the Banarsi sari is made. But the third reason why my favorite reason for Banaras is because of Banarsi Masti. अगला सवाल क्या होगा?
What is Banarsi Masti?
अब आपको समझ में आया? I am also
Yes.
coaching you in terms of where to stop, how to start and where to stop. And she said, sir, Banarsi Masti is the capacity of the people of Banaras to remain exceptionally happy even when their pockets are empty. She could have said, and my reason for liking Banaras is Banarsi Masti, which is like, enjoying Banaras and being able to feel satisfied in life even when your pockets are empty, but still your heart is so full. Now that sounds more effective. कि चुप हो गई और ऐसी जगह पे चुप हुई कि जहां पे they are forced to ask, भाई ये बनारसी मस्ती क्या है? अब आपको कुछ अंदाज आया कि मैं आपसे क्या कह रहा हूं?
Yes,
How
sir.
to start, and more importantly, where to stop. And stop at a point that if they don't try and find out what you're talking about, they'll die. So, very important, as I said, how to structure your answer and how you have to do it. Prepare on your DAF further. Banaras, then, as I said, go back to your DAF. Citizen of India is fine, nothing wrong about that. Page 2 is okay, nothing great. Page 3 also okay. Page 4, your subject is geography. Please prepare as many questions as you can on geography. And then English, madam. Mr. Srivastav, Shushma ji, then government service. वाइस प्रेसिडेंट मैनेजर पे थोड़ा सवाल आ सकते हैं, ये भी पूछ लेंगे कि भाई वो आपने मेंजर क्यों कर दिया? And from the word manger, what comes into your mind? मीरा नगर है तो मीरा नगर क्यों नाम रखा हुआ है? उस पर भी रिसर्च कीजिएगा. वाराणसी मीरा नगर हो गया. Then you studied in St. John's School. What is DLW?
Sir, Diesel Locomotive Works.
Okay, fine. So उसके बारे में थोड़ा प्रिपेयर करना. सेंट जॉन स्कूल का मोटो क्या था? डीजल लोकोमोटिव ICSE था. सनबीम स्कूल भागलपुर का क्या था? IIT BHU. फिर IITs पे सवाल काफी कुछ आ सकते हैं. Now you are working as नायब तहसीलदार.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, चलिए गुड. तो मतलब PCS हैं आप?
Yes, sir. But the issue was last year, the first question that Smita ma'am asked me was that you are overqualified for this job. Why are you doing this?
I am overqualified.
She said that you belong from an IIT and then you are doing the job of a group C. So why are you doing this? So this was her first question.
What was
And
your answer?
so I said that I have always been a very supporter of financial self-sufficiency, a number of scholarships also. So I wanted to get financially stable as soon as possible. Also, because Nayab Tehsildar is meant to deal with bureaucracy at grassroots level, I thought that I would be able to get a flavor of bureaucracy by working as a Nayab Tehsildar. So this was my answer.
Okay. I mean, वो बोल सकते हैं यार, sir, ma'am, they say a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. And this was a bird that was there. I qualified in the NAIP Plus Star. And I don't consider any job as more important or less important. Of course, the IAS is definitely far more, has much more bigger and larger responsibilities. And this would be a stepping stone for me, a learning lesson for me of what the bureaucracy is. Written down answer. तुम्हारे पास written answer नहीं है. Again, you are thinking. Write down. If you are in IIT, why do you become joint? ये सवाल IAS में भी आ सकता है. You have done IIT engineering, you got this thing. Why do you want to join civil service? तो वही सवाल हो गया कि IIT आपने किया है तो why do you want to become नायब तहसीलदार? Please prepare written answers. What I'm saying, that please prepare written answers.
And in the end, sir, she asked me that
job. You can say that I've studied in the IIT. That's correct. And my assignment is the Naib Tahsildar is just the beginning of an opportunity that came my way, and I believe that a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. And of course, it will also give me an exposure of how the functioning of, I could watch from close quarters, how does the bureaucracy function? How does, at least the revenue side of bureaucracy, how does it function? And it also gave me some financial independence. Otherwise, I was earlier dependent on my parents. And I always believe you don't have to make yourself sound like you are some big Saji or something. I believe in बच्चे हो यार अभी मतलब पैसा पैसा मिल रहा है नौकरी मिल रही है इज्जत मिल रही है क्या चाहिए तो बोल दो भाई and this also was giving me it gives me an income. It also my responsibilities are such that it also gives me enough time to be able to prepare for the civil service, plus be able to see the bureaucracy and its functioning from a close quarter. And I thought a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. It's not. It's only the start. The Rayat Aslan is only the beginning. And the reason why the reason I'm here for this conversation interview is because I hope and certain that I will move out of this Naib Tahsildar and I'll get into a district collector's job. So back to Naib Tahsildar, civil services prelims. You appeared in the prelims in 2021, 2022, 2023. How many mains have you given?
Sir, this is my 4th mains and my last attempt.
And whether you appeared to the interview 2 times? No, once.
Yes, this is my 2nd time, sir.
You appeared in the civil service mains interview in 2022.
Yes, sir.
Who was your board?
Smita Nagaraj, ma'am.
इससे पहले भी जो अभी आया था उसमें भी स्मिता नागराजन थी क्या हो गया चलो अब स्मिता नागराजन रिटायर हो गई तो यू वोंट फेस हर स्मिता नागराजन is my junior in Tamil Nadu. She is a 84 batch Tamil Nadu cadre IAS.
Yes, sir.
And how many marks did she give you?
So she gave me 160 marks.
I told you there's 3 brackets, 140 below, 140 to 180, and 180 to 200 plus. Now you have to jump to 200, nearer 200. उसके लिए as I said, एक तो अपनी वो you are very sincere in terms of the words of your choice. The sincerity is not reflecting in the tenor and the speed of your voice. It's too slow and laid back. कड़क होता है ना कड़क एक होती कड़क चाय तो थोड़ा कड़क चाय बनो.
Okay.
But you have to practice. You go to some there's enough time you can also go to some speech classes. Go to some speech classes. You tell me feedback is that I'm speaking very slowly. I want to speak a little more crisply. I want to speak this thing. So it's basically what happens is the level of confidence. If you have prepared enough data and you say enough written material in which you have mugged up, and when the question is or the conversational trigger comes in your direction, you are immediately in that think and shrink able to identify these are the key points and the key words which I will use, which will make me sound like I know a lot about this subject. And then pat 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 bolna. Now we come to the end of what would be the end of your interview. Any other doubts up to this point, boss?
Sir, there are certain questions that I wanted to discuss with you, sir. So first was like, why IAS? So this has been bugging me. So I had prepared an answer.
Is part of your like vocabulary. Is bugging me. I told you, please, Siddharth, do not use any words which show doubt. Is a sound which shows doubt. I think is doubt. Words like actually speaking, factually speaking, truthfully speaking, honestly speaking are all avoidable because all your answers are supposed to be honest, actual, factual, and correct. Words like can I hazard a guess? I think can I think on this means what do you mean? I think you know. Either you know or you don't know. Where is the question of thinking?
Sure, sir.
But remember, Siddharth, I told you very clearly in the beginning itself that I don't know is a damn good answer. If you don't know something about it, respectfully say, I would like that part you can say, can I think about it and then answer? And after thinking also, if the answer eludes you and evades you completely, then tell them, well, not able to find an answer to this question of yours. I will definitely study it as I go out. But for the moment, I would just like to say that I don't know. Make it an emphatic. I don't know. तो मतलब इसके आगे फिर अब मत पूछो. Grilling me, don't grill me on that because I don't know. A sequence of one or two I don't know is also good. No harm. They will judge you and mark you for what you know and how you present that rather than what you don't know. So
Sure, sir.
घबराना नहीं कि अगर I don't know भाई घबरा गए. अब आप पूछे क्या सवाल है?
Sir, about why IAS, I was a bit confused what to say. Sir, I have prepared an answer.
What is your honest reason for why you want to join the IAS?
So, to be honest, sir, I want to be famous. Like, I want people to acknowledge me for whatever work I'm doing.
Good, very good reason. Number two.
So, also, I felt throughout my career that I have a strong urge to work for the people. So,
good reason.
And even because I have been working as a Nayab Tehsildar, and on a routine basis, I have been able to solve a number of problems of people. So I feel that if I'm a DM, if I'm a
scale it up. You want to scale it up?
Yes, sir. I want to scale it up. Yes, sir.
So usko likho. No, good. Or
sir, yes, and definitely power excites me, sir.
Power is not the word. Respect is what you'll get. Power is, if you have to go for power, go become a politician. Real power only lies in the politician. Yeah. Opportunity, a diversity of opportunity. See, what you could say that I got a taste of what you can do through government service as a Nayab Tahsildar, and I want to scale it up. As a collector or as a secretary to government where you are into policy making, or as a secretary to government of India where you're policy making at national level, I would like to scale up and be able to do it. Number one. Number two, I would like, for the hard work that I do, I would like to be recognized. And when we were children, when the district collector or some IAS officer would come, we will all know for him and we would clap for him. We would feel very happy to having seen him. So it was an aspiration that similarly I should also be recognized one day. You can also talk about money. तनख्वाह अच्छी है भाई, और क्या चाहिए? IT करके लोग 20,000 रुपए तनख्वाह कर रहे हैं. IT चला के यहाँ पे मेरे वहां स्विगी चला रहे हैं, ऑटो चला रहे हैं. IT करने के बाद आपको 70,000 80,000 रुपए की तनख्वाह मिलेगी शुरू में, और क्या चाहिए भाई? You can even mention it gives financial independence and respectful. It gives financial independence respectfully. मतलब विदाउट घूस खाए, विदाउट कुछ करे कराए, आपको स्टार्टिंग नौकरी में ही आपको मिलेगी. अभी आज के पे स्केल कोई 56,000 समथिंग है, उसमें DAP मिला मिलो के मेरे ख्याल से 60-70,000 रुपए तो मिल ही जाएगी तनख्वाह.
जी सर.
सब लिखो भाई, आराम से लिखो, उसको भी स्ट्रक्चर करो. But please don't give out this service to the nation and power. No, power hour तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं भाई. Power तो wrong. Power तो zero में, जब एक दिन दूसरे दिन ही सस्पेंड हो जाओगे तो समझ में आएगा कि power hour तो. And power is not a good word. I mean, don't join the service if you want to, if you're looking for power. I'll honestly tell you, if you're looking for power, go for something else. Don't go for the civil service. We are supposed to remain invisible. We are supposed to remain anonymous. We are recognized by the works that we do, not because we are in the IAS. I will also share with you if you go to Google and search for qualities of a civil servant as mentioned in Labasna, तो वो आ जाएगा, पूरा प्लाक लिखा है, वो आ जाएगा, उसमें लिखा है क्या क्या है. Anonymity is a very big part of that. Humility is a very big part of that. Poverty is a very big part of that. You don't have to be acting rich. So वो सब पढ़ा के then keywords पकड़ लो. और next question. So basically you're saying, why do you want to join this service? And it could be linked to anything. You're a Nayab Tahsildar, why do you want to join? You've done IIT, why do you want to join? Having studied geography, what do you think? What is have you learned from geography that you will bring to the civil service? What are the learnings that you will bring from IIT engineering to mechanical engineering to civil service? In some answers, you have to lift it up to a 300 feet level. Don't reply to it at 3 feet level. Or what does engineering teach you? Engineering basically is nothing else, but it teaches you how to be able to maximize an outcome with different, when you have different things in a, like mechanical engineering, how different parts can all be synchronized to achieve a larger objective. That's the basics of mechanical engineering. So you look at any mechanical part, like a car, a lift, small, how mechanical engineering teaches how yes, different small components can all be joined together to maximize and get a great big output. So let's take the example of the lift or the car. Small components make this big component. I think that's the learning that I have learned from mechanical engineering, then which I will apply to civil services. That how, with the help of the people, with the resources, small they might be, we can still achieve large and big results. कुछ उस philosophical result level पे ले जाओ उसको. Not that in civil IIT you had to study hard. So I realized that in IAS also I will work hard. And come on, yeah. You know.
Sir, there was one question, like, what do you about Varanasi, like you said. So if they ask me, can you tell us something about Varanasi? So, sir, is there any chance to get philosophical here, or should I go in a bit more structured way, like economically, politically?
Whatever you have to say in 80 seconds.
Yes, sir.
And to tell us something about Varanasi, तो क्या पूछेंगे मैं? You can mention whatever your you could mention. You could say, I mean, you could say that there are many things. I mean, apart from being the constituency of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, there are many things about Varanasi about which I can talk. But I'll just restrict myself right now to maybe socio-cultural issue, socio-cultural this thing. Then socio में तुम डाल सकते हो, वो पान के बारे में बात कर सकते हो, cultural के बारे में, घाट के बारे में बात कर सकते हो, सब की बात कर सकते हो. And you stop it with that. But because otherwise, can you tell us something about Varanasi? में तो 2 घंटे lecture दिया जा सकता है. Philosophical क्या कहना चाह रहे थे उस पे?
Sir, like there is a line Sri Shanti Bhatnagar ji, in which he says that मधुर मनो अतीव सुंदर ये सर्व विद्या की राजधानी है तीनों लोकों से न्यारी राशि सुज्ञान सुधर्म और सत्य राशि. So, sir, I wanted
translates roughly.
Sir, it translates into like Madhur Manohar Ativ Sundar.
You don't have to translate again. Then you don't have to say Hindi again. You can just, you have to see, boss, 80 seconds.
Yes, sir.
80 second time करो. अभी तुमने already 20 second ले लिया. You have to tell everything in 85 to 90 seconds. Otherwise, the interest will go off. It's a good way to start. What tell us something about Varanasi, something other. You can say, you can say, I would use the words of the poet, whatever the name of the poet, who has said in Hindi, this quickly. Roughly translated, and the reasons why I consider Varanasi special is that it is used for, what are those 4 points which he made? Those 4 points which he bolna na.
Sugyan, Sudharm or Satyaraj.
Exactly. I like it because of it's Sugyan, which is the center of knowledge, Sudharm, which is the center of religiosity, so whatever it is, and this thing. That's it. 4 बोल दिया. Can you elaborate? फिर आगे बात चलेगी यार. बड़ा अच्छा नहीं चला. Very good.
ठीक है सर.
बट बोरिंग आंसर मत बनाओ ना यार. तुम तो ऐसा करते हो कि मतलब 15 मिनट में आदमी लोग सो जाएंगे. नहीं तो कहेंगे सर चाय वाय मंगवाओ यार, थोड़ा मतलब ये तो आंख नहीं खुली पड़े पानी. And you have a habit of saying तो or so. तो नहीं भैया, हिंदी में नहीं भाषा है, वहां पर अंग्रेजी भाषा.
जी सर.
तो this means तो नहीं है, no toes. What I'm telling you, Siddharth, all you have to do is now the same thing. Why do you consider Varanasi special? So to make sure that in the words of the poet, so and so, and for which I also Varanasi special. Word in Hindi because it's the center of so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so. That's it. Practice that by sitting in front of the mirror and talking to that mirror. Then suppose they say any personal reasons apart from what are there, any personal reasons. then you can mention the fact of the Banarsi silk. You can talk about Banarsi silk. You could talk about whatever else is famous for. Food, I mean, very little people know about it. But Banaras has some fantastic food joints also.
Yes, sir. The Kachori Gali is there. And
Gali wali nahi jana, you can mention the food. You don't have to go to the gali. So you can say it's a lesser known fact is that actually Banaras is also famous for a lot of good food. Now let's go to your what have you written in your so-called extracurricular activities? What have you written in your extracurricular activities?
Sir, in the hobby section, I've written singing and playing guitar.
Good. Where is that? Which it will be PDF? It will be DAF 2?
Yes, sir.
Page?
Sir, third last page.
नंबर बताओ यार 6 7 8 9 10 कुछ बताओ.
Sir, I'm just telling you.
Have they mixed up the tabs? Let me look at tab 1.
So, page number 6. No.
Just 1 second. Yeah, actually they mixed up DAF 1 DAF 2 in terms of numbering because DAF 2 has your hobby. Runner-up singing question asked. Regional level winner, Limca Book of Records quiz. Okay, quiz good. What do you think about quizzing? Prabhativa scholarship, education, IT, forget it. Practicing. What is calisthenics? उस पे सवाल आ सकता है.
Yes, sir.
Then fundraising. What is the fundraising during and COVID? Definitely good question. How are you inspired to do fundraising and food listing during COVID? COVID पे भी सवाल आ सकते हैं. What are the
Yes.
main challenges of COVID? COVID पे अच्छी तैयारी करो पूरी.
Sure, sir.
कोविड कैसे स्टार्ट हुआ, कोविड का कहाँ स्प्रेड हुआ, कितने जगह हुआ, हिंदुस्तान में कितने लोग मरे, सब मालूम होना चाहिए. लेकिन बोलना तभी है जब उस पर अगर पूछा जाए. लेकिन यस कि हाउ आर यू इंस्पायर्ड टू बिकम पार्ट ऑफ द फंड-रेजिंग एंड फूड इन एक्टिविटीज ड्यूरिंग कोविड, और what do you think were the main socio-economic impact of COVID-2 on the poor, which I'm sure would have been the reason for which you went for fundraising. So can you tell us what was the impact? उसका अच्छा आंसर तैयार करो, उस पर सवाल आ सकता है. Playing guitar again, good. Do you play the Spanish guitar? Do you play the lead guitar, bass guitar? It's too vague.
Sir, I play the Spanish acoustic guitar.
But you mentioned playing guitar. So are you aware of how many strings in a bass guitar?
Sir, there are 4 strings in a bass guitar.
There are 6 also now. Some of the better ones, you play a 6-string bass guitar. 4th traditional है पुराना.
So, sir, the basic thing with the bass guitar is that the lower 4
What I'm saying is you should have mentioned playing Spanish guitar.
Spanish acoustic guitar.
Because guitar में बहुत तरह के गिटार होते हैं, उस पे फिर सवाल अगर पूछना रहता है. So in case something happens about playing guitar, please. I mentioned playing guitar, but play the Spanish guitar. So how are you? Who are the top leading Spanish? How are you inspired? Can you tell us some famous tunes of Spanish guitar and make it exciting answers? Again, it's not a show off of knowledge. They are looking, because this will be the concluding part. They are looking at finishing off the interview and they're asking you these questions. Now, my last point is always what I tell people that, do you see this program called Kaun Banega Crorepati?
Sir, could you please repeat?
I said, do you see this program Kaun Banega Crorepati?
Sir, I used to watch earlier, but
you've
not
seen
recently.
it. You've seen it. You watched it earlier. Good. What is the reaction of the person who's told ke bhai, in that fastest finger first? Okay, now X, you are the winner. What is the reaction of that person when he comes to know that now he has been selected to go and sit in that chair?
Sir, he's astonished and happy at the same moment.
Not just happy, he's ecstatic.
Ecstatic, yes, sir.
पागल होने लग जाते हैं लोग, अरे कुछ रोने लग जाते हैं, सब होने लग जाता है. Why?
So because it's a big opportunity, and if he is able to perform good, then he might be able to win 1 crore rupees.
So two things. A, he's getting an opportunity to go and sit in that chair. And number two, through his effort, he can become a crorepati. Now, I'm saying you close your eyes and imagine that UPSC is giving you that opportunity to go and sit in that chair. ठीक है? और ये KBC नहीं है, KBCS है. कौन बनेगा सिविल सर्वेंट? और सवाल वहां से आएंगे और उसके आधार पे आप जवाब दोगे तो आप करोड़पति के भी करोड़पति हो जाओगे. एक्साइटमेंट दिखाइएगा जो वहां दिखाते हैं जब उनको मौका मिलता है कि भाई कुर्सी में जाके बैठ. The fact that UPSC has given you an opportunity to sit in the chair by which you can become कौन बनेगा सिविल सर्वेंट. और after winning the 1 crore उतने ही जोश के संग आपको एग्जिट करना है. Because when you came in, you were not sure whether you will make it. But after your question and answers, you should be sure that now I will become a civil servant. So you should go out with the same flourish and with greater joy than what you came in for. So when they say your interview is over, Siddharth, please remember to thank them. They'll say, okay, Siddharth, your interview is over. You can go. You can tell them, you can in all humility, you can say, I should be the one saying thank you to you. I really enjoyed these 30-35 minutes of my time with all of you. Learned a lot. And I want to wish you the best for the rest of the day. Namaskar. हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हो, गुड डे बोल सकते हो, नमस्ते कर सकते हो, जैसे भी हो, जो भी मानो बोलो, अपनी भाषा में बोल के निकल लो. But please don't forget to thank them and wish them the best of luck for the rest of the day. Number one. Number two, be prepared for the fact that sometimes they ask, Siddharth, any question that you would like to ask the panel? Is there any question that you would like to ask the panel? Be prepared to ask questions. Again, your question should not be of, sir, how can we remove poverty from India? How can we restore gender parity in India? One of those totally JNU socialistic kind of questions. No. To ask them questions about, what is their incentive to serve. You could say that we have an incentive when we come here to, through this interview, we'll become civil servants. All of you have already arrived. Your incentive to serve in a manner like this. Whatever you think is okay. What are those? It's always been a curiosity for us that what are the characteristics or virtues that you're looking for in the interview from a candidate which makes him equal to civil servant? आप क्या ढूंढ रहे हैं? इस तरह के 2-3 सवाल हो सकते हैं मतलब. But so you think of those questions, you prepare some good questions which will be, as I said, make them feel good. Okay, yes, it's wow, what a question, Mm-hmm. So think about those things and be prepared for that in case they ask, Siddharth, is there any question that you would like to ask us? Anything done? That's it? Over?
Sir, I was a bit confused with respect to the depth up to which I should dig my profession because it's too vast. Should I go for the revenue code or other laws which were there before the enforcement of the UP revenue code?
समझा नहीं है.
Sir, जैसे हम लोग के act है, the act empowers us to work. So the act.
Still stuck on that Naib Tahsildar?
Yes, sir.
Forget it. No, they're not even asked. They may not even ask.
Okay. Okay, sir.
And please take it to a generic level. Please don't take it to you are taking it to like 3 feet level. I'm saying you please take conversation to a 30 feet level minimum, if possible, 300 and 3,000 feet. They're not interested in acts and all. Yeah. What are the philosophical, let's say, what are the generic things which you have learned as a Naib Tahsildar, which will help you in your civil service? Mm-hmm. You can say knowledge of rules and regulations, because that's what we are supposed to do. Every individual, we should not discriminate. Number 3, the significance that a single government servant, if he works honestly, how he made the life difference in the lives of so many people. So think of those at a generic level. Then working with a team. I mean, when we get posted as Naib Tahsildar, we are not able to decide who will be our team. So working with a team which is not of your choosing, and which is what happens in civil service also. When you are given a particular responsibility, the team already exists. You are the one who's going there new. So all are the generic things that you've learned. ये थोड़ी ना कि according to act rule so and so, revenue order number so and so, सब नहीं यार. नॉलेज वहां शो ऑफ नहीं करनी है. यू आर गोइंग देयर. मैं बार बार लिख रहा हूं, लिख लो बड़ा बड़ा. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू शो ऑफ माई नॉलेज. आई एम गोइंग टू रिवील aspects of my personality which is equal to good civil servant.
So the thing is that 2 years back, one of my batchmates, he got this opportunity to give an interview. So Vyas sir was there. He asked him a question with a very specific provision in Zamindari Abolition and Land Reform Act. So that is. Hello.
You're not expected to know.
Okay, sir.
I mean, you're expected to know some basics of the, as a Naib Tahsildar, what are the basics of a land revenue and all those matters.
Yes,
but
sir.
Rest you're not expected to know.
Sure, sir. Anyway, sir, I have prepared up to a certain depth. I just wanted to know if I
Please
need
don't
to...
show it off unless you are asked. Can you tell us? Now, for instance, some important Supreme Court judgment has taken with regard to land. That you should know. Recently, and that also current over. Let's say some famous historical judgments, जैसे केशवानंद भारती और लक्ष्मण भारती, इस तरह के जो famous judgments हैं, कुछ जो कि affected the fundamental rights and directive principle state policy, सब जो इस तरह के famous थे, उससे से land से संबंधित कोई अगर famous हो, या for instance now recently a lot of states have gone to the fact that unless you're a resident of that place, you cannot buy land. Uttarakhand has done it, and a lot of other places are doing it now. Slowly and steadily, it's doing it. What do you think about it? So you can, whatever be the reason, what is the logic of that geo, study the geo. What is the vision of the geo? What is the logic of the geo? Study that and do that. Talk about it. But usi level pe baat hoga thodi na. So as I said, if there is some in your face Supreme Court judgment which you should know if you are in the revenue field, that you are expected to know. But apart from that, you are not expected to know subsections and sections of so and so. Because you can say broadly, I know that this act deals with this, but the specific section that you are talking about, ma'am or sir, I'm afraid I would not know exactly what it says. But definitely I'll go and check up as soon as I leave this room.
Okay, sir.
Respectfully jawab dena hota hai. To even saying I don't know, honesty, but respectful. Respect and honesty go hand in hand.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, चलिए. Come back again for any other doubts that you have, any other thing, because other candidates are also waiting. यार फिर वो बेचारे रात के 12 बजे तक वेट करेंगे फिर.
Sir, can I please get your personal number?
I think I already gave it to you. 99401
99401
32323.
Sir, may I just text you and then call you?
Yeah. Please now.
Okay, sir.
Text me now itself. Say so. Siddharth Srivastava from Lucknow, IAS aspirant or you coach. Hi, करके बोल दो. Good evening, sir. करके भेज दो. I'll reply back immediately, and then we can stay connected. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye. God bless.